finally got out, babe.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to send last minute reminders to your teams, and then we will get started like 1 minute because I'm recording so people can jump on as they get the message, and then we'll have the recording either tonight or just however long it takes to upload, or tomorrow morning once I get my kids on the bus. It's nice to see y'all's face. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start as people hop on. Hey, Kara. Let me check the chat. Hi, everybody. Okay. So first of all, congratulations on a huge September. We had an amazing, amazing month. It was one of our biggest recruiting months to date. I think I've been in with Green Compass a little over 4 years now, like 4 years and 1 month. I think it was our second biggest recruiting month ever. And it was our third biggest team volume month to date. So last November was our biggest team volume to date. But we are doing fabulous. So congratulations to all of you. It was an amazing, amazing month. Mind Bloom, Immune Bloom, knocking it out of the park. Those products are truly fabulous. I cannot wait. I know they just launched and I'm not like pushing things along, but I cannot wait to see what Green Compass does as they continue to develop this line as we go into holiday and leadership in January. All I've heard is there is some really big things coming. So I'm really excited. So buckle up for that. If you are new in on this call, or if you are new in listening to this call, welcome. We are so excited to have you here. I'm going to very briefly go over this. And so if you're not new, this is going to be great from like a leading standpoint, because maybe you enrolled some of your first advocates and you're like, so hyped to have a team now, but you're like, what do I do? I'm new myself. I don't know how to lead a team. But if you are new, I'm just going to kind of go over like what to do now that you're in. So you're going to go through what we call an onboarding phase. You're going to hear lingo that you're probably like, are these people speaking a different language? Onboarding, income producing activity, DM, all this stuff. Like we have our own language here, but you're going to go through an onboarding phase, and you're going to be added to Facebook groups, and you're going to be watching videos. The number one tip I can give to you is don't get overwhelmed. In the beginning, just like with any new job, there's a learning curve, right? No one went to school to be a network marketer around here. There's a learning curve. That goes away. Within a couple of weeks, you're going to be like, oh, I could leave calls. I could do this in my sleep. So that does go away. I promise you. Trust me. You guys have heard me say this before. When I joined Green Compass, I had never tried the products. I had no clue what CBD was or how it worked. And here we are 4 years later, and I'm a top earner in the company, top recruiter, like you do not need to know anything to get started. You lean into this community for support. That is why we are here, and we're always here for you, okay? So you're going to be added to the Facebook groups. You're going to be watching the welcome video. If you're not sure what the welcome video is, it's in the Team Cleek Facebook group. It's pinned. It's there for you. It is laid out everything you need to know. And then if you're adding new people on, make sure you're doing a one-on-one Zoom with your new advocates. That is where you're going to work on their goals. What are their goals? What is the Core Start program? What are the bonuses that they can earn? What should they be doing in their first week, their first month? What should they be posting on social media? All of that is what we should be focusing on during that one-on-one Zoom. And then product recommendations. I'm in every team's Facebook Messenger chat. And I think there's a common theme here. And I want it to kind of like put this out there for all the teams on like, what do I recommend for this? What do I recommend for that? And I want to just kind of put this out there that we oftentimes overthink product recommendations. And I was talking to a bunch of the 3 stars and 2 stars with Green Compass, and we're going to do a training on this, but we really have to simplify this. And what I say that I mean is when new advocates come in, if they're confused, they do nothing. A confused mind does nothing. So you really have to keep it simple. So when you're recommending products, you want to start with our core products. And our core products is our Balance and Restore. Okay? You always start. It doesn't matter if you're coming to you for gut health, anxious feelings, sleep, pain, whatever they're coming to you for, you start with our core product, Balance and Restore. So they can get 2 CBD products or a CBD product and collagen. That is where we're starting, okay? Everybody. Now, if budget allows, and this is part of the conversation process that we're in, you add on the fringe products that we have. You upsell. We are salespeople. So if they're coming to you for pain, maybe you a full spectrum with it, or you add on the pain boost, or you add on the CBDA. They come to you for sleep. You start with the core products, the Balance and Restore. Maybe you add on the sleep jellies. So no matter what, you're always starting with our core products. And there is a recommendation guide in the Boards app. Make sure everybody has the Boards app. But that is really going to simplify this process, no matter if you're in your first day in business or if it's year 4, and we're all saying the same thing across the board and teaching the same thing across the board of how to recommend products. Everybody should be on a CBD regimen, and then we recommend the fringe products, the sleep jellies, the digestive jellies, the CBDA, okay? That's also how we upsell and and boost our PQV. So that's just a little bit, especially for our new advocates, on how we recommend products. And then lastly, for our newer advocates, the biggest advice I can give, and probably anybody on this call can give, is you have to get into major action. You have to get into major action. It's a little scary at first. It's a little like, oh, I don't want to do it. But I promise you, you have to keep your why, your goals in mind. If your goal is to cover groceries or your mortgage or a trip to Disney, or, you guys want to cover you want to help offset bills because you're struggling. Whatever it is, you have to keep it at the forefront of your mind. But you have to get in major action. You have to have conversations every single day with people. You have to reach out, okay? people are not going to come to you right away, especially if you are new. If you're established and you have like this huge funnel of people, maybe people will come to you then. But when you're new, people are not going to come to you. You have to be reaching out to people on your social media or in person every single day. Every single day. Okay? And then you have to follow up with them because they probably are not going to buy on the first time you talk to them. And then you have to do it over and over and over and over and over. And it's really fun. But that's how it works. And in the middle of it, you find your rhythm and your creative outlet, and if you're an in-person girl, you find ways to do little launch events in your house, at your neighbor's house, or wherever that is. And if you're not, you find ways to do it on social media and create your outlet there. Whatever is for you is for you. We all have our different path of how we're going to get there. But the biggest thing is you have to get in some kind of action, because if you do nothing, you're going to look up at the end of 30 days and be like, okay, well, I didn't make anything, because money isn't going to fall from the sky, right? You have to get in some kind of conversation with people. And if you're unsure, like what to say, just know this: you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. I look back at some of those conversations and some of what I said to people 4 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, why did they join me? Like, I wouldn't have joined me. Like, truly, like, why did she join me? It didn't matter what I said. They wanted in on this opportunity, right? They saw the opportunity. And if you're new and you've never done this, get with your upline. They can help you put some wording together to get you started, and also use boards. There is tons of outlined it. Obviously, you're going to want to change that so it sounds like we're not robots here. But the biggest tip is just you have to get in conversation. There's no other way around it. Okay. Some announcements. You've seen I posted in the team page. Well, I hope you've seen the kits were updated. So the $2.99 and the $4.99 kit were updated. So the $2.99 kit, the Mind Bloom was added. So nothing was taken out. The Mind Bloom was added. A cool way you can promote that. Oh, excuse me, hold on. Is just to kind of say, like, that promo was just extended. They're free for what, they're always going to be free in this kit now. Another cool way to kind of market it is I have a lot of people that I follow that are in network marketing companies, and one girl I follow said that their yearly product inflation rate was coming around. So all of their products are going to go up in price. And I was thinking to myself, like, that's insane. Like, that's hard to grasp. Everything's going up in price for them. And then here we are, we just took our Balance and Restore down, what, $20? And we're adding more products to our advocate kit. So that's a really cool talking point. That's really something that you can talk about on your social media, a standout for our company. And then for the $4.99 kit, we added both the Mind Bloom and the Immune Bloom. And then they took away the sleep jellies. Honestly, the only reason we were told on our upper leader call, the only reason they took it out is because not everything would fit. They would have to redesign the whole packaging in order for all of the products to fit. So sleep jellies are out. Both Immune and Mind Bloom are in. All of the graphics are corrected now, and they're in boards, and I put them in our team chats. Next is, I wanted to talk about really quick, if you haven't heard or you're new, our leadership retreat. So they announced this at conference. The leadership retreat is taking place in January 10th through 13th. I think those are the dates. If I'm wrong on the date, someone tell me. It's in Dallas, Texas, which I'm really excited about. I'm a country girl. But in order to qualify to come to this event, you have to hit 11th through the thank you. 11th through 13th. I was a day early. So in order to qualify, you have to hit our director rank. Director rank, which if you don't know what it is, Christy Hucks actually did a really great call about ranks in the Dash for Dallas group. If you're not in that, we've posted about it like 10 times, join that group. But director rank is 15,000 in team org TGQV and having 2 team leaders under you in 2 separate legs, one of them personally enrolled. So I can go over ranks like with anybody, but 2 team leaders, 15,000 in volume. And you have to hit that at least once in either August, September, or October. Just once. What are the dates? 10th through the 12th. We were around about right, y'all, okay? We had some numbers in there, right? It was in January, okay? We had the right month. So director rank is the qualifying title to hit, and you only have to hit it once in those months to qualify. Leadership is really cool. You get like exclusive training. It's a smaller group than conference. You really get that close-knit community. I had a really fun time with the people that went from this team last leadership. It's just really, really fun. I would love, love, love more than anything for you guys to come. I don't care if like today is your first day. You can hit director. Like I hit director in 3 weeks. You guys can do it. I don't care if you don't know what CBD stands for right now. You can do it. Trust me. I couldn't say cannabidiol when I joined. Okay. You can do it. Cannabinoid, whatever, you guys can do it. Anyways, make sure you are in the Dash for Dallas group. We're getting ready to launch all of those calls every week. So Monday through Friday, we're going to have live team training, cross team training with Christy Huck's team. So there's going to be a different theme every week. We're going to have posts where we're all going to be able to collaborate with one another, like finding cross team accountability partners. It's just great. Having an accountability partner that you don't know and that you can learn from outside of it. It's great. And they have great experience. Most of them came from Beauty Counter after they closed up. And so they give a different kind of experience to this. So use that group, learn from them. I think I'm training in 2 weeks. I think next week we have Olga training. She's a wealth of knowledge. So please use that. There is no links at all. All of the trainings are going to be Facebook Lives. So if you can't tune in, it'll just be, everything will be right there for you to listen whenever you can. Okay, I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions about the Dash for Dallas group before I kind of go on? Or leadership or anything like that? Or the business kits? Emily, you're not on. Emily wanted to talk. Emily, are you on? I know you want to talk about social media, and I totally skipped over that. Actually, I'll do it now. So for anybody that is using social media as a way to like grow their niche or their following and use that to convert sales. So if you follow me, you know that is how I use to generate sales. I have grown from like 1,000 followers to where I am now. So the algorithm is always changing. You know, you have to stay up to date on your, like I use it as a tool. I'm always studying it and everything. So if you haven't used, like I know Shelby, you did one today that performed really, really well, but like the carousels are performing really, really well. So if you're scrolling and you're seeing like the carousels that people are posting with music, I would advise you to try some. You can look at my page, you can look at Shelby's. I know Katie Lambert, Emily Ritzer. There's plenty of people. Kara did one today, but you know, if you're not an in-person girl, or you just like to mix things up, you know, social media is such a great way to like venture out of your network that you have, like your warm network, and venture into your cold network. Um, and so they're performing really, really well, really well. And I think Emily Ritzer is going to do some trainings coming up on social media. I have some recorded trainings on Reels that I could tag you in our Team Cleek Facebook page. But yes, carousels are definitely working across the board. They're so easy to make. I mean, like 5 minutes to make, 5 minutes, y'all. But if you're looking to really kind of get some new customers generated, they're a great way to do that. Okay, so the last thing I want to kind of mention, and then I'm gonna let you guys go, is kind of just hits on um the call I did in the advocate training. So if you heard that call, this is gonna repeat, but I just wanted to kind of talk about this really quick because I know here in Virginia Beach, it's back to school. My kids started their fall activities, like it's fall ball, and my son has 3 practices a week plus games on Saturday. I'm like, what in the world? He's 7. So things are busy, plus dance. So I get it. Like life is crazy. It's really hard to balance everything. My biggest tip is you have to find a way to schedule your time. So whatever that is for you, when I was teaching full time, it was before school, you know, before daycare pickup and after school, this time of night. So really find that time that works for you, and everyone's different, but you have to schedule the time to get your work in for the day. Because if you don't, you're going to be exhausted and you'd be like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Kind of like when you say you're going to work out and then it's like, oh, I'm tired. And then you don't. That's how it is with this too. You have to do it because if you don't schedule the time, if you don't write it down what you're going to do, you'll never do it. You schedule the time. Also make sure you're putting your open sign on for business. You have to share daily on social media. If you don't, people aren't going to know what you're up to. Share how you're using the products. Share testimonials. If you don't have any personal ones, go to the product hub, screenshot one of those testimonials and put it on your social media. Okay. If you need some, scroll the messenger threads of the team you're in. There's probably hundreds in there. There's always ways that you could showcase the products and their benefits. And that's what people want to see. And just to recap, but this was a stat from my business coach on social media. It takes an average of 40 touch points or 7 hours of content in order to convert the sale. I've repeated that a couple times now. So it's really important that you're repeating that same message over and over and over again. You know, you don't really want to be talking about pet CBD one day and then, you know, shampoo one day and then our skincare one day and the CBD and then this. You really want to have a consistent message because if you're all over the place, your consumer or your prospect is all over the place. Hold on, I got a pop-up message. So you really want to narrow down on one, and we don't have shampoo, by the way. I was just kind of like naming random things. You really want to have one specific message, okay? And it's simplified for you as well. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Share your story, share why you're here, share how it's helped you. Tell a story. Facts are great, but stories sell. Be vulnerable, right? I didn't want to tell people how much I weighed before. Hell, my husband didn't even know how much I weighed before. But being vulnerable with that story has completely transformed my business. Okay. And it was one of the scariest moments of my life. But here we are. And then lastly, be consistent. You got to show up to go up, right? You have to be consistent day in and day out. So that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we have going on in September? Suggestions, anything like that? Yes, let's crush this month. And then I will see some of you in Palm Springs, where it's like 110 degrees. And next year, I want to see all of you on our trip, wherever we go. All right. Well, you guys have a fabulous night. I can't wait to see and talk to all of you again soon. What would you say when they yes, you're gonna die. It's gonna be your body's gonna be in shock coming from Alaska. What would you say when they I would just talk about when you become an advocate, you're just sharing the business. You get all the perks of being a customer, but also you're representing the company and you're sharing the business opportunity as well, and you can make an income out of it. All right, guys, you take care. I hope you have a fabulous night.